Tiny Toon Adventures was one of my favorite shows when I was a kid. Of course, when it was announced that Super NES game was to be released by Konami, a company known for producing quality games, I had to get it. How does Tiny Toon Adventures Buster Bust Loose stack up today? There really isn't a singular, coherent story to Tiny Toon Adventures Buster Bust Loose. At the beginning of a new stage, you'll get a setup skit as to why you're going to be in the stage. There are 6 stages in all, ranging from the school the Tiny Toons attend to outer space. Throughout the game, you play as Buster Bunny, the main character in the TV series. The controls are so simple, almost anyone can figure them out quickly. A definite plus in my book. Gameplay is good overall. It's enjoyable controlling Buster as he explores 6 inventive stages such as the Wild Wild West, a sky level, a haunted mansion, a football field, and even a Star Wars inspired stage. It's easy to tell the developers put a lot of thought into the stage design. I must say in Tiny Toon Adventures, Buster Bust Loose has some of the best stages I've ever had the pleasure of playing in. Well done, Konami. If you are a fan of the show, you'll appreciate the fact that this game includes almost every character that appeared on the television series. This game is like a Tiny Toon fanboy's dream. This adds to the feeling like you're playing the television show. However, even if you don't know who any of the characters are, it doesn't detract from the fun factor. In between stages, there are bonus rounds where you have the opportunity to garner extra lives. There are 5 different games. You spin a wheel to determine which one you will play. This is the only part of the game you play as someone other than Buster. Bonus rounds include Mystery Weight Challenge. You compare the weight of different characters. There are 5 rounds. The heaviest person in each round wins. Each round you win, you gain a 1-up. This one is entertaining. Plucky Duck's Go-Go Bingo. Basically bingo with Tiny Toon characters as the spaces instead of numbers. With each bingo you get, you receive a 1-up. This one's decent. Furball's Championship Squash. You control Furball as he plays squash. If you hit 15 balls in a row, you earn a 1-up. If you hit Little Beeper as he runs past, you earn a 1-up. My favorite bonus game. Find your friends. You play as Babs Bunny. You're in a maze and have to find various friends who are locked up. There's a time limit in Elmira and Arnold to contend with. My second favorite game, and I think the easiest to get 1-ups in. Hungry Boy Hampton. This game lets you control Hampton. You have to move the tiles on the floor so that the path becomes accessible for Hampton to walk on. The goal is to collect as many apples as you can. When Hampton touches an apple, he gains a 1-up. I didn't like this one very much. I still don't understand how to move the tiles properly to keep Hampton from falling down. Besides the bonus rounds, you can collect 1-ups in the stages themselves. Some of the stages have a little Buster Doll on them. If you collect it, you gain a 1-up. There are also stars you can collect. They're scattered throughout the stages and when you defeat an enemy. Collect 100 of these bad boys and you'll receive an extra life. Tiny Toon Adventures Buster Bust Loose is not perfect. There are certain sections in the game that will frustrate you. In certain parts, the game punishes you for not being perfect. For example, in Stage 2 during the moving train segment, there's a sequence where you must dash and jump from cliff to cliff. The slightest mistake on your part will result in death. It doesn't help when the left side of the screen is self-scrolling. You can easily get left behind and lose a life as a result. The same thing occurs a little later on when you jump off the unlinked cars of the train onto a canyon. I often get left behind here, resulting in starting back at the beginning of the train. Another example of this is the sky level during the escape sequence. If you're not exactly perfect in your execution, death results, which I've done many a time. Another flaw in the game is that it's extremely short. A good gamer could polish this off in a weekend on normal difficulty. Perhaps 3 or 4 days on challenge, the highest difficulty. Perhaps disproportionate level lengths may explain one reason why the game feels so short. The Wild Wild West stage is the longest stage in the game and feels like forever to complete. It'll take you anywhere from 8 to 15 minutes depending on your skill. Compare that to Stage 4, the football game. To complete Stage 4, all you have to do is run the length of a football field. Not saying it's easy, but it's possible to beat this stage in under a minute. Though short, it's important to collect as many lives as you can. This is a battle of attrition. Not many people will be able to beat the game using 1 life, especially on the challenge difficulty. You'll need all the lives you can collect as insurance against the unexpected. I once gathered 15 extra lives and still didn't beat the game. As I mentioned earlier, there are irritating sections that will suck up your lives pretty quickly if not careful. There are 3 difficulty levels: Children, Normal, Challenge. Each one has a slightly different ending. The higher the difficulty, the more layers of the ending you get to see. You must beat the game at the highest level to see the uncut ending. The children's levels start you off with 3 hearts, 3 hits, before you lose a life, and unlimited continues. The normal level also starts you off with 3 hearts, which is 3 hits, before you perish, but only 5 continues. The challenge skill set only starts you off with 1 heart, which is 1 hit, before you die, and only 3 continues. Buster can find crystal carrots in each stage that will increase his maximum life hearts by 1. In the children's and normal difficulty, the maximum heart level is 5, but in the challenge difficulty, the max is only 3. You can go back to the regular allotment in the next stage. The game offers a few options like rearranging the controls, sound test, and sound mode, which is changing from stereo to mono. Finally, there's a password system, but it's only for children's mode. That's right! If you want to beat this game in normal or challenge, you must beat it in 1 sitting. Good thing it's not very long. I love the graphics in Tiny Toon Adventures Buster Bust Loose. It almost looks like the cartoon show. Colors are used well, the characters are detailed and true to their cartoon counterparts. The sprites are pretty large and move fluidly. The backgrounds are highly detailed. One could get lost in space staring to the background scenery. As for the tunes used here, they're very good. 3 of them use remixed versions of the Tiny Toons theme, but they're well done and they didn't seem repetitious to me. The music for the rest of the game is original, catchy, and some are even epic sounding. Unfortunately, the sound effects are subtle. You won't hear any voices, yells, screams, etc. from any of the characters, but what you do get serves their function and I don't have any complaints with them. Tiny Toon Adventures Buster Bust Loose is a good game. It could have been a great game if it wasn't so short and frustrating in a few spots. Bottom line, if you're a side-scrolling fan, play this game. Thank you for watching this review. You can read the full review at playingwithsuperpower.com. See you next time.